in the past few videos we actually convert the time domain, alright, and then input and interacts with your whatever feedback that's coming back, alright, and then you do some things with it using a analog and a digital system. So you change your analog to digital over somewhere over here, although it's not very defined, explicitly defined. However, once you change it to digital, you want to Z transform things. So you Z transform your input, go through your equations, you have an output. Everything is in terms of the Z domain now. Alright? And then now we have the Z domain, we want it to change to digital to analog back. Alright? And therefore, how do we do this? In a more graphical view, alright, this is at first your analog signal, alright, or your continuous signal, which is your time domain. Alright? And after that you digitize, you take each of the points, alright, you sample each of the point due to a certain sample frequency. When after that you have this thing over here. Alright, these are all the points. Alright? I don't know whether we will call this the Z domain, but I'll just keep it as something we don't know yet. Alright, but anyway, now we're gonna instead of going analog to digital, now we're gonna go from digital to analog back. Alright, and therefore how do we do this? These are all points in the air. Alright, normally when you see the digital is always like that. However, in fact it's just like this. Alright, so how do you connect the points in the air now? Alright, and therefore let's go. So the first thing we need to do is to sample back. Alright, we need to do some sampling. So when certain frequency, once you have certain it detects certain signal, you just vroom up. Alright, so how do we vroom up? We use impulse. Alright, impulse state, if you still remember, any other points are all zeros, alright, except when k is equals to 0, for example, then delta is equals to 1. So when you're at the sum of the origin, you have a certain spike 1 going upwards like this. Alright, so how do we utilize this impulse over here? And we call this sampling the method of impulse modulation. And I may be wrong here, but this seems like legit to me, so therefore I'll just talk about it. So the sampling impulse modulation, how you do is that we know that you have some impulse. Once you reach certain point, your impulse will come out, zoom, and reaches this point. So once it reaches this point, how do we get to this point? Alright, is that you hold it. Alright, you hold. Meaning you're gonna hold until the next thing comes, the next impulse comes in, and then you vroom. And then you hold again, hold, and then the next impulse come in, ta-da, and then you hold, then the continuous goes like this. Alright, and this holding is a zeroth whole order because it's just a straight line. It's a zeroth whole order. If it's a so-called, if you hold in such of a manner, a triangular manner, this is the first order whole or first whole order. Alright, and then you just connect all these points. Maybe if it's a straight line, the points aren't this. Hold like this, and then you hold like this, and then you hold like this. So these are the first order whole. If it's a second order whole, you have something like this, and then maybe like this, and then like this. So it's more on a curvature. So zeroth order is straight line, first order is like this, and then second order is something like this. Alright, I hope you understand. And therefore, we will do our videos in terms of some calculations, not calculation, but rather than some equations to using the impulse modulation and a whole zeroth order equations that we'll use also. And I'll see you in the next video because this is just a simple introduction. See you there.